Hello and welcome to the Angling Flaneurs. Today we're on a slightly different track. We're not going to be walking around the streets of London or around castles, churches of Suffolk. We're going to be wild swimming. We're on the coast at Felixstowe and taking the camera into the water, and we'll just film for 25 or so minutes and just get a swimmer's view of the water and the coastline with some commentary for a while. Talking a little bit about wild swimming, inspirations for myself, and we'll take it from there. Thank you. We've entered the water by Cobble's Point and near the Fludgers Hotel, and this is very similar to where we started the walk on the 17th of December last year, when we walked along the front of Felixstowe in a sea mist a week or so before Christmas with really poor visibility and light levels. You couldn't really get a more different day than what we're seeing today. Now, a lot of the inspirations I have for wild swimming is really the love of the water, and a person I will mention and must mention is a person called Roger Deakin, who sadly departed this world in 2006. Roger was an English writer, documentary maker and environmentalist. He was also co-founder and trustee of Common Ground, the arts, culture and environment organisation. But it was through reading his book Waterlog that really inspired me to take up wild swimming. This topped the bestseller chart for several months and really founded, in many people's eyes, the wild swimming movement in this country. Roger talks very much about the environmental side, the need to protect our waters so that we can all enjoy them, the waters, whether they be inland, in lakes and rivers, or they be on the sea. Then it should be something that we should all be able to enjoy and not have the repercussions of potential health issues from swimming in wild water. Roger did some remarkable things in his life, and where he lived was a subject of two BBC Radio 4 documentaries, The House and The Garden. He also produced a further documentary called A Cigarette on the Waveney, covering the subject of a canoe trip down the nearby river Waveney. In his life he also made other TV documentaries, including subjects such as rock music, Essex, and Wangford allotments and the world of horse racing. But he was such an enthusiastic character, an inspirational character, and it really his love of wildlife and the love of the water that really come through in his book Waterlogged. His acclaimed book was published by Chatto and Windus and was inspired by a short story called The Swimmer by John Cheever, and the book describes his experiences of wild swimming in Britain's rivers and lakes, and he really is a campaigner, as I said earlier, of open access to the countryside and to our waterways. Roger also inspired a BBC documentary called Wild Swimming in August 2010, which was presented by the anthropologist Alice Roberts. I think it's safe to say that Roger Deakin has done more than anyone to pioneer the cause and the increasing interest in wild swimming. So this video is for you, Roger. Wild swimming and sea swimming in particular really helped me reconnect with the water. In my younger days, from about the age of 10 to my early 20s, I'd been ploughing up and down a swimming pool for about 3-4 hours each day on average. And probably after about 12 years of doing that, I was thoroughly fed up with swimming, as many competitions swimmers tend to be. And many of them never reconnect with the water. They don't take up wild swimming. I don't go and swim in the sea, but this really helped me renew that connection to the water that sometimes you lose just through the drudgery of ploughing up and down a swimming pool in what is not always a particularly nice and happy environment. Coming to this place after a day's work and just being able to enjoy the waters without any pressures of competition or meeting training times really is incredibly helpful to one's mental relaxation and health. And I think it's been proved many times now that cold water swimming not only has very obvious physical benefits, but it also has some very strong mental health benefits as well. You know, I really can't underestimate how special this is, just the joy of just relaxing in the water, that buoyancy that you feel, that support, that connection with an element and nature is something that's quite, really special. And I hope I never lose that feeling. There's no ploughing up and down a swimming pool, there's no pressures of competition, meeting times. It really is just you and the element itself, and that's something really special. You should in the distance be able to make out the cranes of Felixstowe dock, and we went into some detail about the history of the dock in our pre-Christmas vlog, Felixstowe in the Mist. And also you might be able to make out fleetingly a Stena Line ship and the FTS ferry. I spent enough time now talking about the experience of being in the open water, so hopefully I'll allow you to enjoy the video without my silly interruptions.